good, beer is good, beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.
Guys, hi, Saturday, and I guess we're here for a brew review. Actually, before I start the brew review, this is my VR to my man Jim. Remember that dweeb, Hornet Fixer? He's got some kind of a giveaway going on, and after watching the video twice, I can honestly say I don't have a fucking clue what it is you're supposed to do. So I'll put a link to Jim's video. He's giving a little giveaway. He's got some shit that he embezzled from a shirt company, evidently, or tactical shit, and he's just gonna give that away. And some assholes have the balls to make comments about me. But sorry, I digress. Yeah, I'll put a link down below to Jim's giveaway. Jim's a good guy. He's got a few extra things, some swag and stuff he's giving out. Like always, this is just kidding. This isn't my VR. And even if it was, I wouldn't want any of that crap anyway. So back to the important stuff. Pizza and beer. And titties. Pizza and beer. What are we looking at today? We are looking at Golden Nugget. No, this isn't a Halloween costume for Heffy 67. This is actually a beer. This is a India Pale Ale from Toppling Goliath. Haven't had a lot of things from them, but everything I've had has been, I want to say it's been above a 8.5, maybe even higher. I did not find an alcohol percentage on this. Live beer, please refrigerate. Oh. Might say, actually, does that say live or live? Actually, it does say live. 22 fluid ounces of happiness about to be popped, and they put little to no effort other than their gold in their bottle tops. And I did get over to the Keyport, talked to Adam today. He's the assistant manager. Both, I mean, almost any guy you grab there, but especially Adam and Nick. Those guys just live for craft beers. But I've had several people, like IHAP, grilling me about getting their ass on being able to get 6 points. And believe it or not, they have tried, but they can't. I guess there's some secret code for how far beer can go, and someone is selling it in Milwaukee, and they say that when they go down there, they usually pick up a personal supply for themselves, but they can't get enough to sell at the store. So as of right now, I cannot get 6 point. On the other hand, it kind of goes in reverse of that. I was talking to Johnny Watson, secret agent, and he really likes my bent paddle. He really likes a local brewery called Bent Paddle. Wow, that was like an instant image that I didn't need. And something like their Double Black, which I've got. Johnny's going to be up to visit really soon, and I've got a couple of bottles set aside, one that he requested. And they don't, if you're not in Duluth or Superior, you ain't getting Bent Paddle. And it's really a shame because I guess they work as fast as they can just to keep our area stocked up. And I have to honestly say, nothing against it, but I think I made comment to this, that $57 bottle of limited barrel-aged Speedway Stout from AleSmith, that was good, but everything, and I think both Nihap and Johnny and me were in agreement that it was like over the top on some things, and the Speedway Stout, trust me, it was good. It was worth trying, but the Bent Paddle Double Black is just a much better beer, and it's just a shame that it's just a local thing. And I think when this batch is gone, well, I hope with how quickly they're going through it that they do it again. So, okay. Was there anything else? Well, there is, but I don't want to give some of the mental midgets I meet on a daily basis any airtime. Oh, I noticed in Steve's one of Steve's latest brew reviews that he had an interesting Craftsman opener and said that he's been using one for a long time. Well, I found this one. I thought it was more unique, so I picked it up today. Yeah, that's pretty cool, huh? I think that's laser etched in there. Okay, let's use it. I'm going to use this glass today. Why? Because I wanted to. See, it pairs nicely with this bottle. Well. It's got a little darker color to it than a Pilsner. Good carbonation. I mean, I didn't go crazy on the pour. Man, it just smells like hops and bread. Subtle, big fruit smell to it, but not as much as some. Just really smooth and hoppy, and a little bit of an earthiness right to it. Man, it does. It smells. It's one of the, well, still my favorite is brown sugar substitute from Lagunitas, and there happens to be one over there. I was gonna grab another one today, but I knew if I grabbed a couple of the bombers, I'd just drink them. So, pace myself, keep them 10 minutes away from the house. This great storage facility, Chuck. You should see this freaking cooler that I have. It is just stocked full of shit. Chuck. Cheers, guys. Wow, that like grassy earthiness that you can smell in it, you get that like right away. I'd be interested to know what the IBUs of this one is. So I don't know what the IBUs are. I don't know what the alcohol percentage is. Really, with that. You just get, there's just so much shit that is like almost flip-flopped on a lot of the IPAs that I have, and the intensity and how they come on right away at the very beginning. Let me see if a mental midget like me can break this all down. Okay, first of all, it has a kind of a light, not really light, not really like a kind of a light plus mouthfeel. And it has a kind of a weird, right up front. Once again, I jokingly make a comment about a beer laxative, but it's like a sweet, smooth, nothing kind of a initial moment where you're able to conclude that it's not a super light mouthfeel, but it's not medium, and then there's this slippery area where you're getting like no flavor. And then right behind that, that dry, bitter surge kind of comes on, and in there, you get that earthy, like fresh grass kind of a taste, and you're almost getting that seconds ahead of even any kind of a citrus kind of a charge to it. Yeah, you get that, then the citrus, then it has like a really dry spot, or I guess kind of a nothing spot versus dry. And then that leaves, and then it just kind of goes back to that an earthy citrus, light bread or a biscuit finish. It actually surprisingly has more of that biscuit or that bread smell to it than it does even in the taste. It's almost like my first marriage. Nothing that you initially conclude ends up being the case by the time you're done swallowing it. And I know, Chuck, you know exactly what I'm talking about in this one. You're like, not bad. I guess I can deal with that. The hell is that? That isn't even anything. It is. It's your senses for what it smells like and what you think it's going to be. It actually is almost flip-flopped for the taste. None of it bad. It's just it's happening in kind of a weird order, especially if you think that your sensory nodes on your tongue are picking up different flavors, and if those flavors are all constant from this beer to that beer, then how is it that some of them have like a distinctive order, and then that order can change? Maybe somebody fucked up the matrix, and that this particular moment in time, it's wrong. Just a thought. Alcohol, I'm pegging this at a 5.5. I'm not getting a lot of it. Could be very well hidden, but just not getting any of the clues on it. So I like to think that it's more than 5.5, but that's just like my initial thought, that it's like somewhere in the middle fives. You know, like I function with a plus or minus of 3.5%, just so that I can always be 100% right. I was gonna say that honestly, this is the first thing I've had to drink yet today, but I had a Hazman 440 breakfast. That would be orange juice plus. Wow, this is very unique. It's got the good flavors, but it's like messing with your mind that they're coming in different sequences than your tongue and your brain are usually used to. Now, one thing I can say is all of those flavors are of a lot less intensity. Like if any one of you hopheads was here right now and we poured a glass of this and then say poured a glass of the high res side by side, you'd notice that one was a lightweight and the other one is a heavy hitter, and ding dong, time to find your knees. It's it's got. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I like the flavors, and I actually kind of like that little change in its presentation. But it's it's almost like something that you could consider, if it wasn't for the price, to be a daily drinker versus something that you'd buy special for yourself. And unfortunately, I think where this is falling for me is life is short. In this case, it's not fair to say don't drink shitty beer, but why would you want to buy this when, say, you have that and you know at the exact same price point? That was another thing I noticed. Hopefully they're going to have it for a while. Probably will, because I've noticed other places in town, but these were the bombers that Keyport is now has quite the slew of stuff from Ballast Point. And there was at least a couple things in there I've never had. Their porter and an imperial stout. So I think those will be something I'll probably pick up midweek, and just in time for the weekend, because Sculpin and the habanero Sculpin, that I don't remember who the hell was so disappointed this year that they got here and they thought that I would actually be saving beer. I don't remember, but if I see it, I will pick up a couple for those brave ones. It has to be, honestly, one of the zestier, as far as heat level go, beer. I mean, you people that like or enjoy the habanero has a distinctive signature in its taste, and that is not lost at all in the beer. If one of you came over right now and said, "Yeah, I'm a gigantic habanero lover," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, here, try this. Tell me what you think." You'd be like, "That is habanero." There's just something about that. Of all the peppers I have, that is one that I will probably always be able to like pinpoint immediately when it gets used, unless it's more diluted. It's one I like to use. I make up a batch of like stew on like a Sunday night, and I bring it to work for the whatever it lasts for 4, sometimes 5 days, and a lot of times I like to use the habaneros in there. Lately I've been having a hard time. I don't know if it's the season for us up here or what, but last time I went looking, I could find jalapenos, and I like the flavor. I like the flavor of the jalapeno, but a lot of time it doesn't have the kick that I'm looking for. So the last time I made my batch, I used 5 serrano peppers and then a couple of jalapenos in it, and didn't really satisfy on the heat level, but the serranos had a pretty decent flavor to them. That's where maybe a couple of I don't know. Been contemplating trying the ghost pepper, but I don't know. Like a lot of you guys, especially when we're not talking about that and we're actually talking about food. To me, it's not about the heat level. There's so many products on the market that can just make it like stupid ridiculous. Like when they have warnings that if you spill it on a hardwood floor, it's gonna eat through the finish, and you can use it for removing grease on asphalt. Yeah, there is several of them out there that have that warning on them. I like that heat, but it's got to come with some good flavor. Otherwise, it's just heat. Okay, enough of this. Golden Nugget from Toppling Goliath. Honestly, it's very unique. It's different than I think it's different than any IPA I've had. I like the sequence on it. I wish the intensities were there more pronounced on them, and mainly for that reason, I'm going with an 8.5. I mean, it's very good. It's just, again, it falls under, as unique as it is, there's so many other things that I've had that I can have access to that were better than this at either at or a lesser price. So I'll stick with an 8.5 on this. I would say if you're hop curious, this might be one for you to try, because it doesn't have that what I look for, that overreach on the citrus and the hoppiness to it, and that dry bitter area, you know, all the things like in the alcohol percentage, all the things like, for instance, high res bring that this does not. Tomorrow. Okay, there's a few things in the beer crisper that were completely brought to me from the ingenuity of Christine. And I think tomorrow I want to look at one of the things that she picked out. And this one would be more of a limited release from them. And I've worked out of town in Wisconsin, and in some areas the only thing even offered remotely that classified as a microbrew was from New Glarus. And as of right now, nothing against the cheeseheads. You know, I'm sure when I look at anything from Wisconsin, I don't think of those piece of shit Packers. So I'm sure I don't hold any kind of a grudge. But of the stuff I've had from New Glarus, not a single thing so far has stood out as I gotta have me that again. This, on the other hand, again, it's more of a limited release. This is their raspberry tart. Let's see, they're just giving some recommendations. Oh, and the kind of glass. I'll probably have to clean that one out and use that kind of glass for it. Just kind of talk about the raspberries in it. Hops. Life is too short to wait for dessert. Enjoy. Well, this obviously New Glarus comes from New Glarus, Wisconsin. I do not see an alcohol percentage on this either. God, the guessing game goes on and on. But as proven in the past, it has. Well, I don't know. As you notice, this one is also a waxed seal, but it's like a light layer, like a cheap layer of wax. Like they put it on there, but they didn't really mean it. Like, you're still gonna be able to open this with an opener, not have to use blasting caps and a backhoe and you know, that kind of stuff to get the damn wax off the bottles like some of them. But yeah, let's give this a try tomorrow. Found a couple of other interesting things out for the search. Is there anything in here I want to tease you with? Nah, screw you guys. Oh, sorry. I thought this was off. Just kidding. Yeah, boy, man, it honestly smells like it was going to be like a 10 plus for the outcome, but I'm only shortchanging this guy because I really would like to have had it be just more of everything that it is, and more alcohol, because I don't know, maybe my 5.5 was a lofty goal, but I'll stick with that. It's not terrible. It's just, you know, at no point did you see my skirt puff up. Okay, guys. Again, cheers. Enjoy your pizza and beer. Enjoy your Saturday night, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Like I said, check out the link down below. Get involved. I mean, I don't want to see Jim cry, because nobody gets involved with his shit. As is, I feel terrible, because with everything going on, I completely spaced out John Solar and Eric C. Actually, Eric sent me something from his hunting or game fall. He sent me a shirt and some stickers and stuff. I need to show you guys. John Solar is a good friend. John Solar is another one of those products of friendship that came out of an AR giveaway. Didn't know anything about his channel or who he was, and now John, I regard you as part of my family, and I hope with the finances, and I know you got your family, you've got your son who needs a higher level of uh, parental abilities, and I know that's would probably be the reason you wouldn't be able to make it, that and the money. But I really hope someday, my friend, that you're able to be here for the shoot or just come for a visit, because you're a great guy, and I really appreciate your friendship. So, having said that, probably see you. I don't know when. Probably see you a little later tonight. Do a little of the video chat thing. Just stick away from the large quantities of alcohol and the muscle relaxants. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Cheers, guys.